All right, okay. It actually worked. I thought it crashed for a second. We're playing F.E.A.R. 2004 Monolith something Monolith game.
Published by Sierra.
Published by Sierra, as we determined.
Yes.
Modern difficulty. High-level alert has been issued. F.E.A.R. team is to report for emergency briefing on the situation. You have just been transferred to the unit as point man. This will be your first assignment with F.E.A.R. I should have read that last time we tried this. And don't worry about that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what matters is we're here now and we can get this done. It's working.
In 2002, the U.S. Army formed a secret unit dedicated to combating paranormal threats to national security. There's your premise. The audio issues were a blessing in disguise because now I can establish the plot better. The unit was named First Encounter Assault Recon. Sierra Entertainment presents a Monolith Productions game. Monolith Productions. I love that there's crows in his window. Like, of course there's crows in his window.
They're just chilling.
Just chilling, dude.
Stare into the flames. But there are no flames.
Crows pieced out, dude.
Yeah.
Fear or
Beer.
F.E.A.R. If you'd rather.
I didn't notice that before.
What's that?
The distortion on the scream.
Mm-hmm. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I said it in a different attempt at recording, so I'll say it again. Game looks very 2004.
It does. I mean, it just does. And
Point. Damn.
Hey, you got a little messed up.
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
Yummy.
Yum.
Itchy tasty.
Yes.
Sorry to wake you, Senator. It's about Origin.
What happened?
There was an uprising. F.E.A.R. has taken command of the prototypes.
My God.
We can still resolve this discreetly, but we have to move fast.
Oh, all right. Let me make a few calls.
This wacko's name is Paxton Fettel. He's the key. If we contain him, we contain the situation.
Fucker's got an appetite.
I think he has an agenda. It's not just recreational. He's getting something out of it.
Essential vitamins and nutrients?
What's his story?
Property of Armacam Technology Corporation. They're working on a military contract to develop an army of clones that respond to a psychic commander. Top secret, of course. Fettel is one of the commanders.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. This is why nobody takes us seriously. Military clones?
A full battalion of them. Highly trained and heavily armed.
A battalion? What are we supposed to do against 1,000 super soldiers?
Like I said, we put Fettel down and it's over. Fortunately, the whole point of the program is to give commanders first-hand knowledge of the battlefield without putting them in danger. That means we should be able to corner the bastard without having to wade through all those soldiers.
How do we find him?
Armacam had planted a transmitter in his head. Should lead us right to him.
That's awfully convenient.
Assuming it does what it's supposed to. What about you, buddy? Ready to go to work?
You're putting him in the field? Are you crazy? He just transferred in a week ago.
You've seen his training results. His reflexes are totally off the charts. I think he can handle himself.
Whatever, man. It's your call.
Goddamn right it is.
Don't worry. You'll be fine.
Let's roll.
That's tough to say. I'm just letting all this exposition go on.
Leak's unreadable subtitles.
Yeah.
You will be a god among men.
We've tracked Fettel to an abandoned building just up ahead. No sign of enemy activity on the satellite, but don't take any chances. Jankowski, you in position?
Just say the word.
All right, move it out.
Thanks, kid.
Situation. F.E.A.R mission coordinator Rowdy Betters. What a name. Has tracked the enemy commander, Pax Fettel, to an abandoned building in the Auburn district. Hannibal 3 spy satellite in geosynchronous orbit shows no sign of replica soldiers in vicinity. Mission. F.E.A.R combat operatives will infiltrate target site with 2 separate entry parts and attempt to neutralize Fettel. According to Armacam technical advisor. Once Fettel is contained, replica soldiers will become inactive and can be rounded up without incident. Great. So yeah, mid-2000s horror shooter that I like a lot.
Boop.
Boink. It does the fun bullet time thing. Also, it's just really good.
Honk.
The fuck? It's just a really solid shooter. And a rat. That's a big rat.
Yeah. Run, little rat.
Hey, bro.
Oh.
What took you so long?
Okay.
Find a way around.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
Smash his window. Hey, bro, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the classic greeting. Hey, bro.
Hey, bro, what's up?
It's not our window.
Creepy.
I liked the unexplained wall tiles being ripped out a lot more than I liked the spooky JPEG.
Look, I've never been a fan of spooky JPEG.
Yeah.
I gave Nightcry a lot of shit for its use of spooky JPEG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello? Huh.
The lighting in this game is phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah.
Especially given when it came out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at that.
Wow.
Physics behind it are a little wonky, but the lighting part is like really cool.
Yeah.
And you could also just explain the physics away by being like,
Hey,
things
bro.
are screwy here.
Come on.
What with like
Yeah.
the wall tiles just randomly going.
Go.
Yeah.
Here's your bullet time. I have a button I can push to do that on command. Bye, Jankowski.
Oh.
Is there any kind of limit to it or penalty?
There's that bar in the middle of the screen is my timer. It recharges over time, but it is how much you can do it at any given moment.
It's just that I'm taking now for
Plot.
tutorial reasons.
Yeah, it's like, ooh,
Plot, yeah.
spooky plot.
Jin, we need you up here.
On my way.
Looks like we're too late, boss. Just leftovers.
The transmitter signal's coming from nearby. It's gotta be around there somewhere.
I'll wait here for Jin. You take a look around.
Alright.
Sounds good, man.
Hey,
Hello.
we're hunting a psychic commander of clones
Ah,
who has a...
Star Wars.
No, not those kind of clones.
Ah.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite things you can do in this game that won't really come up much, but I want to show it off. Kicks. You just do some Matrix shit.
Whee!
Mm-hmm. Can you tell it's 2004 here?
I was gonna say, that's pretty impressive that he can jump, kick with both feet, and then land perfectly on his feet.
Every time.
Yeah.
That takes some serious core conditioning.
Well, as they said, the justification for the bullet time in this kind of nonsense, is his reflexes are off the charts.
Yeah.
Huh.
Fuck.
Oh.
Nice reflexes.
Forehead.
The dead man's name was Charles Haberger. I remember him. But are the memories mine or hers? It makes no difference. He deserved to die. They all deserve to die.
Cool. That's very nice.
Come in, over. What's going on? I've lost settled signal. Comcast is in Denmother. I hope you aren't
I just couldn't have had more perfect timing.
Yeah.
He has more. He has like heightened reflexes. Immediately knocked the fuck out with a crowd.
Wham.
Almost like I knew it was gonna happen.
Hey, back already?
Hey.
See anything?
You guys about done up there? Our day should
I got knocked the fuck out.
Come on. I'll be busy here for a while.
I mean, that seems like something you would point out if you weren't the silent protagonist.
Sir, respectfully, I got knocked out.
Fuck respectfully, I just got whacked by a 2x4.
Yeah.
In the face.
What happened? I got knocked out. There's clearly something hostile here. Yeah.
Something you should do with a 2x4.
These men are from F.E.A.R. They're special attachments to our unit for the duration of this op. They will be on point. Their mission is to assess the nature of the
They're
threat.
on point.
Our job is to keep them alive. Do not engage the enemy. Remember that we are not dealing with ordinary bad guys. Team 1 will move in from the southwest. Team 2 will approach from the north. Once our recon is complete, we'll rendezvous and wait for further orders. Okay, let's saddle up.
That's the voice of Sergeant Johnson from Halo. What a world we live in where he voices major characters in 2 of my favorite shooters. Paxton Fennel managed to elude F.E.A.R operatives in Auburn, and his tracking signal was subsequently lost. Body of unidentified male was discovered at the site. Hannibal 3 with spy satellite has photographed sizable replica force in vicinity of South River wastewater treatment plant. Mission: F.E.A.R combat operatives will attach to the responding Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta. Troops to, I don't know what word that is, the area for...
Reconnoiter.
Sure. The area for the purposes of, recommending military response. Recommending? Wow, I can read.
Recommending military responses.
Teams should not engage the enemy unless fired upon. F.E.A.R Technical Officer Jin Sun Quan is remaining in Auburn to conduct forensic investigation. This is when the game actually starts to be a video game. After it looks like it's 2004. Yeah! Yeah, what that guy said.
Denmother, this is Little Bird. We're on the ground. Copy that. Proceed to first objective. Since you're on point, see if you can get this gate open. I'd send one of my boys, but I think we need a specialist for this one.
Yes, sir.
Incidentally, I've seen the word before, but I don't think I necessarily knew how to pronounce it or what it means. So just like, I think it looks like it's pronounced how I said, but it's specifically just military observation of a region.
So reflex boosters increase how long you can do bullet time.
Nice.
Hey.
So far, I've heard this game has really impressive lighting for the time it came out, and in terms of like spookiness, it has some genuinely just like really good stuff that's still aged well, and some stuff that's a product of its time, sometimes mixed together, like just Random wall tiles being ripped out spookily from the wall with no explanation, immediately followed by, ooh, spooky JPEG!
Literally, ooh, spooky JPEG.
Oh!
Yes.
This is the game I like, for the record.
Oh, the lever.
It looks like it did some really good things, but there's just some hints of its time in there still.
This did come out in 2004.
Yeah, it is. It came out. Yeah.
That's a... Okay. This did come out in 2004, so...
Yeah.
It's very, very mid 2000s. Oh, they got turned into Skelemans. By a child.
Yeah, but child.
Child?
Evil child.
Okay, I didn't get to read that. I didn't even touch a button. It just skipped ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Thanks,
how do you
game.
fight that? That's the neat part.
You don't.
You don't.
He just started shooting.
So, real quick, one of my other favorite things about this game, bullet effects are so good, and it was really cool in this, you know, the way I when I was firing down here, the smoke comes off the wall.
Yeah.
Very cool. One of the other things that'll come up, kind of, is the fun AI trickery they pull with this game. So they want you to feel like you're fighting smart enemies, but it's 2004, so they... Pardon me. They don't...
Just dropping in, it's okay.
They, can't actually make the AI, like, super intelligent, because, you know...
the technology wasn't there.
Yeah, tech restrictions. So instead, they make you think they're really smart just by really clever dialogue and some minor intelligence. Like that guy shouting, "I need backup now," as he runs away. He's just running backwards, you know? Nothing special there. But that line makes it sound like he's doing something more deep than that. Like he's trying to reconvene with allies. And there's a lot of that. You know, you'll hear them talking to each other, and it makes them sound like they're intelligent enemies when they're not that much smarter than any other enemy at the time.
Like it makes you think they're Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3ing it up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When in reality, they're just guys. You know, nothing special there.
Yeah. Never underestimate what that little extra thing can do.
I mean, quite a lot of game design is about making the player think that something works a certain way when it doesn't really in reality.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
All in the presentation.
Yeah.
Even down to like stuff like, oh my god, the enemy transformed, when the reality is like, it's just a completely different enemy gets spawned in at the same place.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
What's better than one handgun? Two handguns?
Two handguns.
Everyone loves dual wielding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess it really doesn't get much more early 2000s than dual wielding guns with bullet time, does it?
It really doesn't.
No, it really doesn't, and as just everything about it, I mean, I love it. I mean, I was there, so yeah, I love it.
Oh, I think this shit's great.
Yeah.
Well, bullet time just reminds me of Max Payne.
Oh my god, that's a fantastic game too.
Oh yeah.
I've never played Max Payne.
I've never played it either. I've just seen a couple of LPs of it, but it's really good.
Give me the grenades.
Grenades.
Am I mixing them up, or is Max Payne also the one that has the guy that goes ah?
I don't know what that
rushes at you.
Maybe.
It sounds like a very Max Payne thing to do. I'll give you that. Even if it's not.
There's 3 of them, right? Max Payne.
There are 2 of them were made by Remedy, and one of them was made by Rockstar.
Yeah.
They're all very good. I love how you can hear the bullet casings hitting the floor too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot of detail.
That armor. And so you get 3 guns. You can hold 3 guns. There's more than 3 guns in the game, but you can only hold 3.
This is one of those cases where it's like, doesn't look too bad. Just keeping in mind like some of the stuff being like kind of dated looking in a certain respect, and then if you put it in the perspective of when it came out though and what else was out at the time, you'd realize
this was like one of the best games when it came out. Period.
Yeah, like it was way above much of anything else at the time.
Yes. For the time it came out, this was as good as we have. That's why everyone looks fondly back at it. My bad.
Some of the lighting stuff still holds up too. In particular,
I think the gun effects, that shit, really good.
Yeah. I mean, it still holds up, surprisingly well. It's just not as pretty.
I never really knew anything about this game. I just knew the only things I was really aware of with it is a slight horror slant, and like I probably saw like some promotional image or something with the evil child.
Yeah. We're gonna use the dual handguns because those are fun. You do store those medkits, by the way. They aren't immediate uses, so.
Oh, good.
I can just kind of.
Pick them up when you get them.
Hi, dude.
Hello, dude.
Which that was also a pretty unique slant for an FPS at the time, wasn't it? Taking it in a horror direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was. I think this predates Doom. No, this is after Doom 3. That was 2003.
Oh, really?
This was either 03 or 05. I can't remember. It was really close in proximity to Doom 3 is the important part.
Yeah.
Close enough that they probably were just developed around the same time.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
That being said, Doom 3's development is very well documented, so... I'm not be saying that F.E.A.R ripped off... Oh my god, Reflections? It's the honest to god Reflections? What the shit?
Yeah, honest to god Reflections. Damn, yeah. That's...
Nice.
Good job, 2004.
I mean, but yeah, if you think first-person horror games, you don't really start to think about those in bulk until, like, the ends.
Yeah, and like here, yeah, I remember a lot of the time I'm like, usually with like a horror thing, most people thought of like the Resident Evil game, and like this was before like Resident Evil, like this is before like Resident Evil 4 came along, and like define, action horror.
Okay, so see, this screws with me because I'm like I don't tend to kind of realize how old the generation with the PS3 actually is. So yeah, this game came out in 2005, and a year later it got an Xbox 360 port, and a year after that it got a PlayStation 3 port.
Yeah.
Also, everyone's
the year it came out, it was just PC exclusive.
Goodbye?
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, this, Condemned, Doom 3 are kind of front runners in terms of first-person horror in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, and Doom 3 did release like 1 year before this did.
And in a lot of respects, as much as I like the way F.E.A.R. looks, Doom 3 kind of blows it out.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the lighting goes, like, that game's lighting, Doom 3's lighting is maybe the most standout thing in that game. And I was giving this game a lot of love for its lighting, but I mean, that game built its tension around its lighting. This game just has good lighting, Those are two different things.
To be honest, I was thinking this game was a little older than it is, and I'm not really that familiar with a lot of what came out in that time period.
Oops.
That console generation is about the time that I just kind of fell off the face of the earth in terms of how much I was playing game. Not in terms of actually, yet, because that didn't happen until, 2014. But by that point in time, I was already, not playing so many new games anymore.
A lot of my knowledge is, in hindsight stuff. I know
He's alive.
Doom 3 and F.E.A.R. and Condemned in hindsight more than I know them from the time, because at the time I was playing, Sly Cooper and Crash Bandicoot and, Halo, I guess.
Yeah.
You can't send him in alone. That's crazy.
He can take care of himself. Now move.
Alright, later.
Yeah, I didn't have any, current generation stuff when this game came out, come to think of it. Oh, yeah, no, that's part of what it was. I was... You know what? I was still... I think at that point I was still playing games, but I didn't have the newest consoles yet, so... I didn't get those until a lot later. Because money.
Yeah.
No shit. My people are right in the middle of it. I hear you. I wish I was calling the shot. Is it the same bad guys? Looks that way. I'm a little short on details. I guess this ain't a call.
I thought you
Had a PC, but not a gaming PC, and God, the PS3 was expensive when it launched.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
The expense of the Sony consoles for a while was why I had, or the PS3 is why my mom and dad got, besides Halo, is why I got an Xbox at the time. That was a little bit more affordable. It was also I wanted Halo 3, so it worked out for them pretty well, because it was well, shit, he wants the cheaper one.
Yeah.
Darn. He wants the cheaper one.
I can't get through to anybody. Call me back.
End of messages.
This game does the environmental storytelling thing of you find notes and you find messages. What 2 or 3 years before BioShock?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, get fucked, BioShock. Of course, by that same token, it does it 8 years, almost a decade after System Shock. So
Yeah.
So get fucked, F.E.A.R.
So everyone's a nerd.
Yeah.
Everybody ripping off everybody.
Welcome to entertainment.
Basically, yeah.
If no one took inspiration from anything, I don't know, how would they make cool stuff sometimes?
You can't iterate if you don't take inspiration from things. Hello, child.
I mean, some people do just come up with cool stuff without necessarily being inspired, but that doesn't happen very often. And usually when in the rare instances where it does, it still bears resemblance to things that existed.
Oh, absolutely.
And even more so, usually when someone has that cool idea, it's the cool idea that gets iterated upon into something cooler later. So,
yeah. Maybe that's why my perception of that console generation is so skewed, because I don't think I got a PS3 until 2011.
I never had a PS3.
I didn't play it a whole lot, but unfortunately.
Some would argue that I didn't miss out.
It still served its purpose because it served as the family Blu-ray player.
That's
fair.
Yeah.
That generation's one of those ones where a lot of the standout stuff from that generation is now just on forward-facing consoles, so...
Honestly, yeah, yeah. That was the transition console where like, oh yeah, all these cool things are cool, and now it's just standard.
Except Folklore. Put that shit on a new console, please.
Yeah, I have that one on PS3.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a funky little, what would you call it, action RPG, I guess?
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've played it, but yeah, it's interesting. I liked playing it.
I literally skipped over the PS3 era, pretty much, of games.
Yeah, we got one for the Blu-ray player, and I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, when would
when I got it, like I said in. Sorry, you go ahead first.
We either got it in 2006 or 2007. I can't remember.
That's pretty early, and it's like
yeah, we got it. We got the second generation of the PS3, so the one where it can play PS2 game or PS1 games, but not PS2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had that version. Like we were lucky enough to be able to get one.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. Did anybody see that?
Yeah.
No. Oh.
Oh.
But I have like quite a few games for it. Like I have a couple Tales games for it, Folklore. Oh.
Yeah, I have a bunch of PS3 games. I just haven't played almost any of them.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Enchanted Arms.
I was gonna say, since we're playing a bullet time game, I could think it was apt for me to say.
Whoa.
Enchanted Arms.
So the PS3, I didn't actually pick up one until like 2014.
Oh, even later than me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but, but the difference is I had an Xbox, so I played a lot of games from that generation. Just not a lot of exclusives. And I picked up the PS3 to play exclusives that had at that point not been ported anywhere. And then it was one of those things where it's like, alright, and now they're all ported. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those things where I'm a collector, so having a PS3 is still something I want. It doesn't really bother me, even though I have minimal use for it. Where's the other guy?
Yeah, I still have mine, just because there's some games on it that haven't been ported anywhere else, like Tales of Graces hasn't been ported anywhere yet. Folklore, and I guess they have Enchanted Arms for Xbox, but yeah, it's just
the one thing that the PS3 still has going for it is there's a lot of collections that aren't anywhere else.
Yeah.
Infamous 1 and 2, the original God of War trilogy.
Oh, that was PS3? Yeah, I guess that's where I got it. I got it like digitally.
1 and 2 were on the PS2, and 3 was on the PS3, and I believe they were packaged together at some point along the line. Sly Cooper has the collection on the PS3, which is what I did the Sly Cooper LP on. Jack and Daxter has a collection on the PS3, and none of those have been ported anywhere.
Besides the Vita, because they came out at the same time.
Porting that to the Vita.
I know what you mean.
Doesn't count.
I know. That's the only reason why I have those trilogies.
But
Tales of Xillia as well.
Yep, Tales of Xillia 1 and 2.
The Metal Gear collection is the better way to play it.
And then the Silent Hill collection as well.
Why did that not ever get ported to anything else after PS3?
For all the wrong reasons, the Silent Hill HD collection being stuck on that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Use a different gun for a while. I've been using these handguns a lot.
Is the Jack and Daxter collection still stuck on PS3?
Yep. Jack 1 is on the PS5's or PS4's PS2 selection, I believe, but it's not like the HD versions aren't available anywhere else. Except Vita.
Okay.
So it's got that benefit going for it. If you want to play some of the classics from that generation, or classics from the generation prior, You really don't have a lot of other options.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few games on there I am still like glad to be able to play if I have the time to get around to them. Want to?
Yeah.
Up until recently, the past couple of years, Nier 1, the only way to play that was on the PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have that too for the PS3.
And technically, that's still the only way to play effectively like the Western version, because then like the new HD version is the one that we didn't get.
So there's because there's two versions of Nier where it's like Dad Nier, Brother Nier, and the remake version that we just recently got is the Japanese focused one, which was where you're playing as the brother instead of the dad. So if you want to be Dad Nier, you still have to play it on the PS3.
Yep.
What was that?
PC mode.
But yeah, having the PS3 still worked out too, even if I didn't play it a lot of the time, because like I said, it's like Blu-ray players were still pricey at the time too.
Yeah.
And it's like it didn't seem it was actually pretty good value to just get the PS3 and then also like get a game console out of it because it was a decent Blu-ray player that can update over internet. At that point in time, they're still selling Blu-ray players that you could be like, you'd have to get a freaking disc or thumb drive out every time you want to update the firmware.
Yeah.
No.
That's how they did it, though. Yeah.
So it seemed better to just get the PS3 and then it can just update over freaking Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And that is why, like, it's now, that's the standard now.
Oh.
Oh. Spooky.
I will also say that I probably...
Excuse?
Hello?
That's a lot of blood. Oh.
That's a lot of sloshing.
That skeleton coming out of the blood just makes me think of, reminds me of a scene in one of the Trilby games.
Okay. Not the reference I was expecting.
I wish I knew. It was so funny.
It's just the reference is what made me laugh. I don't even really remember what he's talking about. I just know I recognize what he's talking about.
I don't. I wish I knew.
It's an indie adventure game that graphically looks like a really old computer game.
Very indie for their character.
Yeah, very, very indie. And when I say old, I mean like King's Quest. Like 1 through 3 old, maybe. Like maybe King's Quest 3, maybe.
It's got that look.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more, but you know, it's reminiscent for sure.
Well, I wanted to say like King's Quest 4, Space Quest 3 type graphics.
Sure, you're the expert in that regard. Oh my god, fucking Christmas!
Like a surprise.
I didn't remember that happening.
I take that as just a testament to just how good this game is. It still got it.
Well, I love how you can tell that was genuine because I said fucking Christmas, which is a very very much a gut reaction.
It's a genuine brutism.
Yeah.
If he was any more surprised, his Midwest would come out.
I don't let that happen very easily.
Yeah.
Correct. As I said, if he was more surprised.
Is that necessary? Not at all. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yes. Worth it. Stupid. Worth it. I'm a that Deadpool.
It's
Oops.
Owie.
very stupid, but worth it. Basically sums up a lot of the best games from like this era. I mean.
You have one new message.
Hey man, I heard something crazy's happening over there. You alright? Let me know. We're still on for Friday, right?
A-okay. No problems here.
What I was gonna say before the pool of blood, like the flood of blood in that room, the blood flooded room. That's what I'm looking for. What I was gonna say was just like I did so I kind of established like I did effectively like it was worth it to get the PS3, but I will also say I think one of the reasons I got that console was for 2 games that never came out for it.
Ow.
It never came out for it?
Yeah, because they became PS4 games.
Oh.
What are those?
Final Fantasy Versus 13, which became 15.
Yeah.
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 And Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh yeah, oh god, yeah. Tell you honestly, one of my friends got his PS3 because those 2 games as well. So yeah.
Oh man. It got funnier the more the sentence continued.
The funny thing was I didn't get a PS4 until Kingdom Hearts 3 came out.
Yeah.
Or 3, excuse me, not 4. Bleh.
We did.
It's been a long day.
Things we say every week.
I have lots of them.
It is true every time.
Yeah.
And I'm just over here like, it can't be a long day if I've only been awake for 3 hours.
Oh.
That's a long 3 hours, my man.
A lot can happen in 3 hours.
It's just begun.
This is how you started your day.
You get a long start to your day. You gotta listen to me play a video game for 2 hours.
That's probably gonna be one of the better parts of my day.
Video game.
Ugh, the worst.
Video. Wee.
Well, here we go across the grating
Speaking
again.
of like, how long do we have? How long have we been going?
It's fine.
Done.
Oh.
This is fine.
Well, on that note,
this is fine.
This is fine.
Dad, this was just a. Never mind.
it's fine. Dies instantly.
This is
This
fine.
is just how fine it is. No.
Wee.
Boom, boom, boom.
Bang, bang.
He tried.
Good job.
Well enough.
I don't know if it's weird to just like comment on this in the middle of doing it, but I feel like I'm just kind of having this sudden feeling like, you know, I feel like this LP is already off to like a pretty good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One episode in, and we had some good conversation, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's nice when we can play something loosely. It's not... We don't have to try too hard. This is just a game that we're all genuinely enjoying.
Yep.
Yay, low effort.
Yeah.
Well, there's a thing to be said sometimes about being comfortable in what you're doing, and it makes it easier to because the more tense you are, work, sometimes your productivity and spontaneity goes down.
Yep.
Not so good.
Oh, hallelujah.
Oh,
Shotgun. Shotgun.
This is bar for bar one of the best shotguns in a video game.
Yes.
Mr. Shoddy.
According to police, an explosion that leveled a dockside warehouse this evening was most likely the result of an industrial accident. No injuries have been reported.
How far we've come since Denny Sue mounting a shotgun on top of an assault rifle.
Denny Sue.
Oh.
I forgot that happened.
I didn't.
You are the sole reason I remember that LP exists, Hyper.
Yeah, I am a constant reminder of it every day.
Cindy.
Cindy.
That and the time when I walked into the trip mine and just disarmed it with my fucking face.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
God damn it, Lucas.
Yes. Anyway, hopefully we'll create more memorable and fun memories with this game, and we have succeeded thus far.
Yeah, it already spooked me once, and I'm over here like, you know, I don't give a shit. Game didn't scare me. I've played it a million times, and then turn a corner and
Well.
I guess we're just looking for where to go.
I don't remember exactly where I'm going here. One of the downsides, one of the only complaints I have about this game is the environments are very samey.
Yeah, I feel like you've walked by this same thing like 6 times.
What's funny is I've actually walked this area 3 times trying to figure out where I'm going. So I drained the water. What am I doing?
You drain the water. Well, probably flush next.
Samey environments are kind of realistic too, but there's sometimes you have to balance the realism with game design.
It both works for the game and doesn't work for the game.
Was that a loading screen? Oh, those are good.
Oh, nice.
Hello? My shotgun would like to have a word with you.
This is my negotiation tool.
Candygram!
I win.
Aggressive negotiation.
Negotiations always go in my favor.
Can we... So should we name the shotgun Candygram or Negotiations?
It's my negotiator. This shotgun is the negotiator, man.
The Negotiator. That's a good name.
Like that scene in the Fifth Element. It's like, we're coming in for negotiations. He just goes and shoots the guy in the head.
Well, you were right about one thing, Master. The negotiations were short.
I gotta remember where I'm going. For the record, since Anstca asked, I am letting this one go just a little bit long because of how weird our recording schedule is tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Negative arm came off!
Again! Just sewed it back on. You thought you were the Master Chief. You're not the Master Chief. Yeah!
Oh. Hey, bullet time.
And not the new Matrix.
Whee!
Bullet time.
Oops, splat.
Oh, yeah, these guys.
Boom.
Kaboom!
They're not fun.
Boom.
Catch. Let's use the SMG one more time because we're about to drop it. Alright, cool, we'll use it one more time. Give me the penetrator. It shoots, I don't know, nails or some shit.
It's a nail gun?
Kind of.
So it's called so we're calling it the nail gun.
Nail gun.
I guess it's probably more like rivets, but...
It's a nail gun.
Looks like these fuckers are pulling up. Seeing a substantial mobilization.
Knife.
Language.
Gun. Knife gun.
Boom.
Boom.
He was booming.
It's why we call it the penetrator. It sticks people to walls. It's also hilarious. That, the pistols, and the shotgun, go-to weapons in this game. Not that there's not more weapons, because there's plenty. I like these three.
Like in Dead Space 1, and you have a buzzsaw.
Sploosh.
Well, that was funny, because I usually just use the plasma cutter in Dead Space.
I like the buzzsaw.
I like the buzzsaw, I just don't usually use it.
Yeah.
What's happening? Am I not doing the right thing? Oh my god, help. It's 2004 in this water.
One of my friends was playing Dead Space for the first time, and she was struggling trying to kill one of the
Necromorphs?
Yes, one of the necromorphs where you have to shoot it in the back. She didn't understand that. And I was like, oh yeah, you should shoot it in the back. She's like, I have no ammo. I was like, do you have your plasma cutter? She's like, it's no good. And I said, you're wrong. And then she killed it with the plasma cutter and she went, you're right. I'm like, thanks, bro.
Am I just stupid? Don't answer that.
Are you sure you don't want me to answer that?
Yes. Positive, in fact.
You're a moron.
You did it anyways.
Yeah, I don't do requests. Stupidly genius!
You can't. It's too late.
I just did.
Nope.
I mean, you specifically just called him a moron, which is the English equivalent of going baka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes it worse.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, stuff.
Health increase.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice-oo.
Nice.
Why is the bar going down?
My flashlight's draining.
Oh.
It's one of those 5-minute battery flashlights, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
But you can recharge it by shaking it.
How do
You're just like walking so hard that you're shaking the battery the whole time.
I am aggressively walking, dude. Okay, this has to be the thing. I gotta be.
That is incredibly jank.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Smells like 2005 or 4, or whatever year this came out. I don't know anymore.
Smells like the early 2000s in here.
It does smell very 2000s in here.
Hello?
Hey, bro. You're not gonna get over how funny that was.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Neither do I.
Some secrets get buried deeper than others, but I know where to dig. No, wait, you've got the wrong guy. Hush now, Mr. Moody. The time for talk is done. Please, no!
Brunch.
Yeah, Hyper was in here early, like near the start. There was an NPC who greeted us as we walked into a room. He broke out the window to a door that was blocked off that was on the other side of. He just broke the window out. It was like, hey, bro.
Word for word. Hey, bro. Oh, too much lighting on that scare.
Oh.
Smash his window. Hey, what's up?
How's it going? Come here often.
Yeah, come here quite a bit. My name's Kyle.
I love that scare.
Yeah.
Oh. Jeez.
The double scare.
They never expect it.
Nobody expects the double scare. Nobody!
A devastating explosion in the harbor this evening may not have been an accident. We have learned that evidence of a fierce gun battle has been found by police investigators. Several bodies were recovered from the scene with bullet and shrapnel wounds. So far, no one has commented on exactly what happened.
Ooh, I was gonna say that's some hard glass. Hello? I have leftover Halloween candy. It's definitely not filled with razor blades. Never is. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
Rude.
Who forgot to pay the electric bill? Hello?
Bitch.
Come on, make her push.
I wonder if someone's just gonna make, like, some kind of gummy candy or something in the shape of a razor blade. Oh, that's not a door.
What the hell?
This reminds me of like one of the opening scenes from The Evil Within, but executed a little better.
That was fun.
Let's go take that and go.
Bonk.
That's a good game too.
Bonk?
Yeah. Oh.
JPEG.
JPEG.
High quality JPEG.
A PNG.
Finds her. Origin.
Stars.
All right, buddy, get moving. Battle's gotta be close.
Oh, the lights are back on.
That was more of that thing that you were talking about where they have the dialogue that makes it seem like they have some AI stuff going on when they couldn't really actually pull that off with the technology, but they make you think they are doing it.
It's all about thunking it.
Oh, they could have pulled it off, actually. I mean, like, to some extent, if they wanted to, because this came out after, like, Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. And, wait, maybe even after 4?
No, 4 came out in 2008.
Put your...
Still, they came out after 2 and 3.
Put your controller on the floor.
I don't remember how to change my grenades. Actually, that won't matter.
Not when the negotiator's in play.
That works.
Negotiations complete.
Still, for the type of game it is, there's nothing wrong with just kind of having it be a little more standard, but adding that little touch to it, because if they act... Like, the point is, it's not actually supposed to be a stealth game, so I mean... Even if they went to the trouble of implementing all of that, it could be a ton of effort to put in something that maybe just makes the game worse.
But it's also like... I'm gonna guess, I'm not... Obviously, I have no way to know for sure, but I'm gonna guess the budget for this is a lot different than the budget for Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
He had a shotgun too.
Oh. Sad.
He blew your butts off.
True.
Domed him.
God, the gun sounds are so good too. I don't know if I commented on the actual sound of the firearms, but ooh, that hits, dude.
Hey, Brute.
Yeah, what's up?
You nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Ha.
I guess he really didn't want to be around you anymore.
I
which
guess
is a sad
not.
thing. Sometimes. I think I'm a pretty cool guy, but most people tell me sometimes too. So I heard that. Just remember one of the things about that too.
Damn. Yeah, he exploded all over the wall.
Now Carl and Kevin.
Whee!
But his reflexes are so good, he creates that amount of force.
Good. If you could
Toilet
fill out a
paper.
TPS report, that would be great.
Toilet paper semantic report. Toilet paper semantic report. I can't let
Test
it right
procedure specification used by a quality assurance group or individual.
now. Oh no. Oh, not really. I can't.
Also, I appreciate that when I search for TPS report, some of the first images that come up are that movie.
Tomcat, this is Dead Mother. I know you guys are hurting, but we could really use your help with this army camp situation. I just lost contact with my recon team, and the brass wants me to send in more men, which I'm reluctant to do until I know what we're dealing with in there. My orders are to secure this guy Fettel. Getting rid of him will break his telepathic link to the soldiers. Once they no longer have an objective, they should shut down. That sure would be nice. Tell you what, if you spare a chopper, we're seeing what looks like a full-scale withdrawal. My gut tells me Fettel's on his way to Armorcan, so maybe we can help each other out. Can do.
Whee!
We've reached an hour, so we'll go ahead and call this an episode. Call it an episode and a half, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good introduction to F.E.A.R. I think you're pretty good, so next time, I don't know what's going on, you know, we'll figure it out.
More F.E.A.R.